Well, it's December now, and you know what that means? It means it's Christmas. Oh, it's good to be back in America, and there's no place more American than Knott's Berry Farm, which of course, during the Christmas season, transforms itself into Knott's Merry Farm. And look at this, the merriment is already beginning before we even get in the park. Look at Santa's sleigh right there. Why is it that we always think it's Santa's sleigh? Every sleigh is Santa's sleigh. You know why? Because in California, we don't ride around on sleighs. By the way, prepare yourself, because I feel like we're gonna see a lot of poinsettias in there. Dude, look at this. Busy, busy, busy. It's still technically Thanksgiving weekend as we begin our December out here. And not only is Knott's Berry Farm and Knott's Merry Farm the most American-y, most Christmassy thing you can do down here in Southern California, it's also one of the best things you can do for the price. It's only $59 for a ticket to Knott's Berry Farm, which is crazy. And it's only like $100 or $120 for a season pass here. It is quite literally the best bargain in the Old West. All right, let's get in. All right, took a little bit, but we are inside the turnstiles. Now, normally, the biggest secret of Knott's Berry Farm, the biggest pro tip I can give you is to come here on the weekdays. Even during the holiday season, it's much less busy. You can get a lot more stuff done. The only reason I had to come here on Thanksgiving weekend to see this is because, one, it's the first day of December, and I've got to do something Christmassy. And look at this, look how Christmassy it is out here. They got a Christmas train, multiple Christmas trees and candy canes, and isn't that tree supposed to be spinning? And a windmill, a Christmas windmill, for God's sake. But even though I hate crowds, every once in a while, you gotta get in, you know? You gotta get in the crowd, get in the mix, see what's going on. Oh, look at that. Letters for Santa. You got a nice Santa mailbox over there. Look at the size of these ornaments. They're bigger than my head. They're bigger than your whole torso, Allie. And the cool thing about Knott's Merry Farm is it's not just a couple of garlands and a couple of Christmas decorations, as cool as those are. The whole park essentially becomes Christmassy. They have all kinds of Christmas shows and activities, Christmas music, Christmas carolers, Christmas characters, Christmas snow at night, that theme park, soapy snow, Snope, I guess. Oh, what'd I tell you about poinsettias? And then all over the place, these Christmas booths, these temporary booths set up, sometimes with merchandise from Knott's, like some Knott's Merry Farm t-shirts and backpacks. Obviously, this one's just advertising their annual pass, which is a very good bargain. But best of all, the vast majority of the little booths out here are full of Christmas crafts. So they have all kinds of vendors and lessees who come out here and hawk their wares. Actually, you know what? I never go this way. This is the main area of Knott's Berry Farm if you've never been here. And if you've never been on this channel, my name is Justin, by the way. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the fun. We'll get to Ghost Town in a second. I just realized I almost never go this way during Merry Farm, the front of the park. The area down here past their giant, very terrifying wooden roller coaster called Ghost Rider that used to be a whole panning for gold area. Well, now they still have panning for gold. You can pan for Christmas gold down there. And they've done their best to kind of put it back to the way it was. And back in the day, it was far more elaborate, just the wildest place in the West. And you didn't have to used to pay for Knott's Berry Farm. You could just walk right in. It wasn't until the 70s that they had a fence around it. People have been panning for gold right here since the 1940s, which is crazy. So if your dad or your uncle or someone's obsessed with gold, bring them down to Knott's Berry Farm. Get him a Christmas nugget.
I just found that for you.
In the pan?
It's in the pan. It's your lucky day.
Wow, a geological penny. Thank you. Dude, that just paid for a good chunk of your annual pass.
Yeah.
And some of the individual vendors don't like cameras, some do, so we'll see what we can see. Look at this, I got some Christmas ornaments here, hand painted. Christmas blankets everywhere. This one has horses on it. Allie, your grandma would love this. Oh, wait a minute, it's a baby blanket. Not big enough, not big enough. Oh, here's one where they don't want you to take pictures because you can see they got some of their custom art over there. You see a lot of that at different things where people draw, I don't know, Jason versus Freddy or something, and put it on a Christmas card, and then they're like, hey, don't take any pictures, I don't want to get sued. Hopefully nobody that sues people watches these videos. Ooh, one booth that won't mind you filming probably is the gourmet popcorn. Look at that, Pops Kettle Corn. Kettle corn happens to be Allie's favorite treat. Smells so good. Look at that, it's not just a regular kettle corn. They got old-fashioned caramel. Ooh, fiery cheddar. Savory cheddar. So much panda. Mmm, tastes just like the real thing. Yar, there she blows. Ghost, why am I talking like a pirate in the Old West? There's Ghost Rider, that huge wooden roller coaster that is so fun, so extreme, probably the best roller coaster in Southern California. But then look at this past it. This is what I'm talking about. I never come down here. I never even knew this was open during Merry Farm, which is crazy because I've been coming to Mary Farm since the beginning. What the heck? It just goes to show you can still teach a really, really old, decrepit old dog a new trick. Look at this. Welcome to Gingerbread Lane. Sweets, treats, surprises. Well, the whole thing is a surprise to me. And gifts. They have a whole bunch more booths back. Look at this photo op right here. I mean, look at the size of these gingerbread cookies. If you had taken a picture of this and showed this to me 20 years ago and said, this is going to be at Knott's Berry Farm, I would not have believed you. Knott's has really, really upped the game. They used to go all out when the Knott's family owned the park. They sold it in the late 90s, and then it was bought by Cedar Fair, who still owns it. Now they're merged with Six Flags. And the last couple of years, I don't know who switched management positions or what happened, but they have really put a lot back into Knott's Berry Farm. They do all these festivals and events. They've kept the ticket prices low, which means this is way more the local park now these days than its bigger, rodent-infested neighbor down the street. Look at all these little plushes. Look at the Santa right there. Look at his little spectacles. I never think of Santa wearing glasses, but I just realized he always wears glasses. So what do you have to do? Santa Whittles, a Calico Christmas Story. Huh. Oh, I see. You got to knock down the flame panels down there before Santa Whittles' whole living room gets set on fire. That must be Santa Whittles right there. All right, if you're not into kettle corn, look at this. They got some beef jerky over here. Get yourself some Christmas beef jerked out jerky. Give it to the jerk in your family this Christmas. Oh, look at that. Freeze-dried skittled. The best. Ooh, pickle gushers. Yuck. Oh, look at this across the street. TNT tree lighting. Look at the big plunger right there. So they have all kinds of games out here. You can win all of these fun Christmassy prizes. I think this is just a shop. This is just a little shop over here. Look at the bubble maker they have. They've got a little nutcracker bubble blower. Every theme park has to have bubbles now. Look at all this stuff here. Look at all the Knott's Merry Farmers. They got lounge flies. They've got these huge cups right there. They've got Ralphie. They've got Clark. They've got the giant. They got Buddy the Elf. Oh my gosh. And then of course it wouldn't be Knott's Berry Farm without the peanuts. Look at the Snoopy puzzle right there. Oh, look, a Charlie Brown Christmas puzzle. This is a good idea. Look at all the stocking stuffers. Just while you're thinking about, look at the little tiny baby little miniature elf on the shelf. It's an alley-sized elf on the shelf. Oh, and this is cool, the Department 56 stuff. They have a little Knott's Merry Farm billboard. Sweet. Oh, a leather booth. You got leather bracelets with free engraving, but look at the shape of it. Look at that car right there. I don't think I've ever seen that here. Have you? This is weird. I love that this whole area that's normally backstage most of the year is getting more and more themed out. So they have Henry's Livery. That's a throwback to an old Knott's Berry Farm secret Henry's Auto Livery, which was a little ride along the outside of Grand Avenue out there, right along basically what's now Beach Boulevard. There used to be a little miniature car ride called Henry's Auto Livery. So that's a little bit of a throwback. But look at this though. Look at this freaking photo op right here. This is where I assume they would bring Whittles out at Christmas. Santa Whittles, as we were talking about earlier. Whittles is sort of a gold miner mascot at Knott's. Again, this is so elaborate. I would not have expected this 20 years ago. I felt like Knott's was going to fall apart. But whoever's been in charge the last few years has just done a bang-up job on this. Look at that. It's got kind of a small world thing going, a little bit of mid-century modern. You got your gingerbread mine, number 25. Look at the sleigh over here, the gingerbread sleigh. The gingerbread people are hiding out over here. They're waiting until we all leave so they can become claim jumpers. Dude, seriously, there's all kinds of enormous props hiding out back here on Gingerbread Lane, and the least crowded restrooms in the park just back here. Last but not least, you have one of the official Knott's Merry Farm stalls over here for food. I mean, it's basically like a glorified food festival out here during Merry Farm. Tons and tons of treats, tons and tons of drinks. Dude, it was just a whim, but I'm glad we came back here. I never knew about Gingerbread Lane. Oh my gosh. Is anyone out there really organized? Let's make this a real thing. Look at the sign. Loyal Order of Catawampus. Noble Association of California Prospectors and Loggers. Look at this, the Catawampus Lodge. We should make that real, guys. We should make our own secret society. All right, okay, we're back over by the Gold Trails Hotel, which means we are entering Ghost Town proper, and there's so going on over here.
I ain't seen this many Christmas gifts since 1949. How about you? Don't talk to me. I'm thinking about my whiskey.
Look at all of these amazing gifts right here. Look at all of these little Santas and snowmen and ladies and snow sloths. And look at that reindeer. Is that a reindeer? Is that a moose? I don't know, but what I do know is they have giant Christmas rats. Stand next to that rat, Allie. Look at the size of those Christmas rats. I need a Christmas rat in my life. These are incredible. It reminds me of Rizzo from Muppet Christmas Carol, but just giant. A giant-sized Christmas Rizzo. See, I say moose. I think it is a moose because it reminds me of the moose in the Mises inside of It's a Small World. Just a little bit, you know, the ones that they tilt their head. There is just one moon and one golden sun. Uh-oh. Keep Allie away. There's tons of Christmas jewelry back here. Lots of normal necklaces and things and butterflies and typical stuff, but also lots of custom Christmas stuff. Look at the ornaments. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. A lot of them that you'll find at the farm, I don't know about these specifically, will be handmade. Oh my gosh. Look at the Christmas rat as an ornament. You can just go full rat and moose. See, I know my mom, we used to do the same kind of Christmas tree, the same ornaments and decorations every year. You know, just whatever was in the Christmas tubs when we were kids. And at some point, I think she went to Rogers Gardens, started going down there every year and seeing how they would change the Christmas trees and do themed Christmas. So then she started doing a themed Christmases. One year we had a Canada-themed Christmas tree because my dad is Canadian. And so, you know, whenever I think about it, I go, oh, what's the theme this year, Mom? And I really think maybe next year she should consider going full Christmas rat and moose.
Oh man, there's a heck of a deal on
Earrings, but I don't need any earrings at the moment. I took all my earrings out of my ears years ago. So no need to head to the back of the booth. But look at this in the front. This is something I used to make penguins out of clay that looks very similar to this. Every year, my mom would put them out as Christmas decorations, just like Sculpey penguins. I actually saw somebody's done some stop motion recently with very similar looking penguins. And in fact, I used to take the video camera, the first video camera my family ever had, and I would always try to do stop motion with my clay penguins. I think my Aunt Tina has one. I think my mom still has one or two left that haven't broken, but it was a family tradition for years. Christmas penguins. Dude, look at all the moose. There are moose everywhere except New Hampshire. When we were up in New Hampshire and Maine, we saw signs all over the roads like, watch out for moose. Moose can be deadly. And we never saw one live moose. I'm starting to think they don't exist there. I'm starting to think moose are fictional. And think of this. Have you ever seen a moose in a zoo?
No.
I have not. I've been to a lot of zoos, Toronto Zoo, others, and I've never seen a moose. They might not be real, guys. Just saying. Oh, I missed this over by the penguins. You got some fancy wreaths. That one's got a little painting stuck in it. But look at these painted sort of shutters or barn doors, whatever they are. I like the mass-produced stuff. The bubble blowers are neat. Some of the Christmas ornaments over here that Knott Mary Farm is officially selling. I like the light-up necklaces and stuff like that. But I'm way more into the handmade stuff. Handmade is the jam. Dude, one of these days, Allie, we're gonna come here and get our old-time photos. I'm gonna dress just like this, and you're gonna dress in this thing. Pink and frilly. And then we're gonna send it to everyone as our Christmas card. Dude, and maybe the best place to get something handmade all year round is the old blacksmith shop. Look at him, he's in there forging things on the forge.
I got to play with fire.
It's the best job in the park. Look at that. Hot fire, smoke. This guy could make a heck of a hot chocolate in there, I'll tell you that much. And of course, I got something custom made here a few years ago. I got my own branding iron, something they don't always do. They used to do a lot of, it's not very frequent that they do it anymore, but you can get your name made out of horseshoes. What you working on in there?
I am making a small personalized horseshoe.
See, personalized horseshoe. So you're gonna forge the horseshoe out of metal. Okay, so those are what the horseshoes come from.
Yeah.
Just bars of what, iron?
Yeah.
Iron bars. Just like my cage at home. There it is. My brand. Right on the door. All right, looks like, ironically, in front of the sheriff's office, they've got customized tankards for sale. So they got, you know, like a tankard wrapped in leather. You can get personalized over here. So you can get good and drunk right here in front of the sheriff's office. Oh, wow, you can get personalized rings. You can get personalized everything. You get a personalized horseshoe, personalized Christmas ornament, then come over and get a personalized ring, a personalized tankard. Oh, look at this. Look at these vinyl book purses. Oh, man. Okay, that is a cool idea. I've never seen these. Well, look at that. I love persuasion. What? Dudes can like Jane Austen. Oh, my gosh. Dude, look at this. They got Jane Austen's 6 novels. They got Winnie the Pooh. There's a lot of spooky ones. Several Dracula designs. You got Snow White, like hipster Snow White over here, Cinderella. Whoa, and this is weird. We've been standing in front of the dress shop, and it's open. I haven't seen the dress shop open in quite a while. It was closed for years and years, and then they ended up restoring it. And then for a long time they would stick like just merchandise in here. Oh, someone's making a dress right now. Hello.
How are you today?
It's nice to see the dress shop open.
Yes, indeed.
That's amazing. Al, you sew clothes, but you don't do it by hand like that. Well, they have the loom to make the fabric in here too. You can weave a rug.
Rug on it right now.
That's, huh?
That's bobbin lace.
Yeah, that's so
Bobbin lace.
Lace was made before machinery was invented to make it.
That is so cool.
So you're literally making lace by hand?
That's correct.
That seems like that would take forever.
It was done back in the 1500s. Yeah, it can.
How long would it take to make like a collar? If you know what you're doing, just a lace collar even.
A couple weeks.
A couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Wow.
But depending on how fancy the pattern was.
Oh my gosh. The things we take for granted that come from Walmart.
Left over right.
Okay, left over right, right over left, left over right.
And that's glove stitch. Now this pair has to come in and go through this pair and this pair, just like the other pair went over here.
It looks like you're doing magic. Have you ever considered you'd be very good at the cup and ball trick?
Yes. Yeah, people have suggested that.
You have like sleight of hand over here. I guess it's not very Mary Farm specific in here, but it is nice and rare to see it open. You gotta come on the busy days, I guess. Look at all the old sewing stuff, Allie.
It's cool.
Do you know how to make lace? No. You should stay here and learn. I'll see you later. This is weird too because there's this like back entrance over here. It's a sneaky lounge for VIP annual pass holders, like the top tier annual pass holders. I have the low tier because I keep it real on the streets of Ghost Town. Dude, that knitting, my head, the embroidery, whatever she was doing, lacing, I cannot wrap my head around that. I could barely lace up my shoes. Poinsettias! Who would have thought we'd see poinsettias? Oh, look at Goldie's place over there, the old cat house. Decorated up for the holidays. You can come hang out with Goldie's gals and get festive in a way that Mrs. Knott, old Cordelia Knott, was not too happy about. She was not too happy about Walter Knott building himself a cat house here at Knott's Berry Farm. But I think she calmed down when she found out that all the women folk were going to be mannequins.
Oh, but honey, you'd be surprised what you can do with a mannequin.
Ugh, what? There is a very old joke right there. A very old joke indeed. And I noticed the window was closed up there. Sheriff is out, which means Sad-Eye Joe is probably snoring away in his cell. He's getting a Christmas nap. A little Christmas nap, Allie. I want to show you guys a secret of Knott's Berry Farm while we're here. You see this hand-painted sign about Sad-Eye Joe the horse thief. Notice the letters are just flush, painted on just like a random board or whatever. Now come and look at this sign. This sign is done the right way. Notice how the letters are sticking up, how they protrude above the surface there, and yet it's all worn down and worn away. This is a technique that they used to do for all the old signs in Ghost Town because in the Old West, the paint that they would put on old wooden headstones or signs would sort of protect the board from like the sand blowing in the wind kind of thing. And so over time, everything would get worn down except where there was paint. And you have this sort of raised lettering effect. This is the way the signs are supposed to be at Knott's Berry Farm. Nowadays, they replace... Oh, even this one is done like that. That is very cool to find some of the old school stuff. These days, most of them, whenever they dry rot or wear out, end up getting replaced with just sort of flat painting. I tried to offer to what I thought was the right person at Knott's Berry Farm to do all the signs and tombstone replacements for free, because I know the way they used to do it back in the day. They haven't taken me up on it, but I hope one day they do, because that's like my dream. Look at that sign at Knott's Berry Farm, I made that! All right, looks like the post office and the Calico Gazette office over here. They've got quite a few little Christmas items for sale in front of them. This booth is Cal Brick Lab 3D. And look at all these cool, like, custom-made toys. Look at all these crazy dragons, micro critters. Ooh, bag of 10 for 20 bucks. That's a good idea. This is a brand new booth for this year. They've never been here before. Cal Brick Labs. Look at all the tiny little creatures. This is like a big hit with all the little kids. Look, everybody looks, oh, even Allie looks excited. Look at this. Look at this little Spartacus. And then look at the little gingerbread house boxes you can put your little micro critters into. Wow, look at the dragon scale egg right there. Stick your Christmas dragon into. Maybe get yourself a Christmas skeleton. See, that's what I like. Being able to get something that you can't get anywhere else. Dude, it looks like they're almost sold out of the Christmas ones. Look at the gingerbread man. And look at the Santa. Look at the way he dances. Santa baby, do another thing by the tree with me. Floppy hand. I like it. All the tiny critters are the same way. They all move. They're all like jointed and have little legs and feet. All right, that is cool. I just like seeing different. I was just telling Allie on the way here, like, I love Knott's Merry Farm. I love all the booths. And I love all the vendors. Like, a lot of them have been here for years. They're really nice to me, but sometimes I wish they would add more, mix it up somehow, and they've done that. You've got little kids in the family. Bring them over to this booth right over here in front of the livery stable. Another thing that's not always open unless you come on a busy day or during one of the festivals or on the weekends. But when it is open, you can come in here and graze on some Christmas hay. Check out a Christmas sleigh, spend time with a Christmas horse, or even pet a Christmas donkey. Just like the one that carried Mary to Bethlehem. Well, it should have carried her. Joseph better not have been on that thing. Making Mary walk while she's pregnant? How could you? All right, look, we got some beads over here, some necklaces, and some charms. What do we got over here? Oh, I see some bags. Oh my gosh, look, it's like custom embroidered stuff. So you have some, like, see that embroidered sort of tote bag and pillow. That's new. I don't think I've seen that embroidery before. And then back here at the Birdcage Theater, you have a Calico Christmas Carol. So your Old West themed Christmas Carol show. They do two different shows in here. They do the Calico Christmas Carol and the Gift of the Magi right there. 1885 though. So all in keeping with the Old West theme. Ghost Town, it's got two different Christmas shows. Free with your admission to Knott's Merry Farm. They're by far not the only ones. They've got Snoopy on Ice. They have this huge, crazy holiday spectacular on the big stage over there by Calico Square. I'll show you that stage in a second. First, look at this. Wow. The perfect Christmas present. A lady skeleton smoking with a parrot. I actually love that. That is so cool. I love this booth over here. They always have the Dia de los Muertos stuff. They got the black velvet paintings. Oh my gosh, that rabbit scared me moving around. I was not expecting that. Look at this rubber chicken over here. They got the little marionettes, like the Mexican marionettes. And look at the little dolls. They always kind of remind me, not a Small World, but the Mexico ride at Epcot. They kind of remind me of like a hybrid between that. And they just have so many cool Latin American things in here, all kinds of designs, patterns, paintings. I particularly love the skeleton Elvises. Whenever I see those, I think perfect for my paw for Christmas. They got some finger puppets in here. They got some cup and ball toys, little Mexico hat ornaments. There's a lot of stuff packed into this little booth. Man, dang. Cheeto Puff magnet. I love Cheeto Puffs, dude. Dude, it's been a while since I had some Cheeto Puffs. Let's get some Cheeto Puffs later. That one's always fun. I'm surprised they didn't put this in Fiesta Village. Oh, the luchador masks. I didn't even notice those above the entrance. Let's see, over here we got some Leafy Love tea. I don't know what that is. So it's like some bubble milk tea. So sort of your boba over there. Then my favorite booth, the honey booth. Well, actually, it's not my favorite booth. That over there, next to the schoolhouse, is my favorite booth. Because they're doing some chainsaw carving over there. And if you know anything about me, you know I love things made out of wood. Let's go see what's going on. Oh yeah, dude, look at this. He's going to town on the base of this carving over here. He's very comfortable with that chainsaw. I have only carved one giant tiki with a chainsaw. Let me see if I can block the shadow there for you so you see the top of what he's doing. Look at that life-size man he's carving. Like a zombie skeleton man. Anyway, I've only carved one giant tiki with a chainsaw. Like back in my backyard with chisels and a chainsaw for like a whole summer making this one tiki, and I went, you know, I'm not very comfortable with this chainsaw because I'm very absent-minded. And it's a wonder that I didn't cut any of my fingers, toes, arms, legs off. And basically since then I've decided to leave the chainsawing to the pros. Although, you know, I might dabble. I had a pretty, you know, dull chainsaw. It was actually my friend Spike's like sort of spare chainsaw he let me borrow. And so, you know, I think if you get your own chainsaw, you're talking about like $1,000 for the right kind of carving bars and all that kind of stuff. It was a bigger investment than I was willing to make to risk life and limb with. Look at this turtle though. I love this turtle. Very creative, like a lot of different stuff. Not just your typical bears. And look at the snowman. little snowman. That was the other thing about the chainsaw carving and why I kind of knocked it off after one tiki, because my neighbors really did not like that noise. But I love that sound, and nothing says Christmas like playing with chainsaws and carving out big feet. Oh, and look at this. They have carved themselves a wooden cigar store Indian. That is cool. That takes a lot more work than you would think. Actually, we were just in Paris, France. We were just down to the catacombs and running around Disneyland Paris looking at Christmas time over there. We just got back. I'm basically still jet lagged. It still hasn't worn off. That's how fresh we are back. But one of the few things I've done since coming back is actually start carving away at some more tiki mats. All right, here's the other favorite booth that has the live beehive in it. We're always here at night. I never see them awake. And boy, are they awake. Oh my gosh, look at those bees. Allie's favorite thing in the world. Live bees. Oh dude, look at them right there. They're in that hole. You could touch them. You could pet the bees. I don't think you're allowed to pet. You shouldn't. But you could. I wonder if they could sting you through that. Almost definitely. That is so cool. Look at that. You can get a little honey sampler with different flavors of honey. I wonder if they infuse it or if they just feed the bees different stuff. You can get some honey oatmeal or honey pink clay body soap. I only use honey pink clay. Little spoiler alert. I also forgot that they have interactive bubble wands, so there are different features throughout the park. This is a new thing they started doing last year, I think. And you can come here with your bubble wand and activate this big ornament that will also shoot bubbles. Unfortunately, I don't have a bubble wand because I did not buy one. I think they might have given them away to people on the media day, which we were invited to, but we did not come to because we were down in the catacombs in Paris looking at human remains and bones. And by the way, the number one question I've been getting ever since we did that video is, what did it smell like? Well, the cave just smells like any limestone cave. It smells like, you know, Mark Twain Cave in Louisiana, or in Missouri. I can't think. It smells like any old cave. If you've ever been on like a cave tour, Merrimack Caverns or something like that, it smells just like that. But people meant the bones. They were asking me what the bones smell like. The bones didn't have any smell. I'm sorry to say. No smell at all. Oh, look at this. Knott's Merry Farm jackets. You got some of the farmers coming through here. Hello. And then look at the glass blower going to town over there on some glass. She's sitting in front of something I would love to show you because right behind her are some millstones from an old grist mill in Yuba City, California. This is the Yuba City Grist Mill is the name of this building. And Allie is from Yuba City, which I had never heard of until I met Allie. And the weird thing is, it was right here the whole time. The Yuba City Grist Mill. This is one of the few where like outside is fine, but they don't want you taking pictures inside. For some reason, the people selling the Christmas glass inside. But you can check this out. Oh my gosh. Look at the size of that flame. Yes. Burn it. Burn it all. What can I say? I like fire. I can't help it. Watch out, Allie. You almost bumped into the poinsettia. Poinsettia. I wanted to come over here and check out what was going on Christmas party-wise. I thought we were gonna party down. But unfortunately, it turns out there are no Christmas decorations over here. This whole part of the park, completely dead. Get it? Huh? All right, now obviously I said that just for the joke, just for the dad joke. That's what I've been doing here for 11 years on this channel and 40, however many years of my life I've been alive. Because there is this one decoration. There is the Ebenezer Scrooge's tombstone. And then, I don't remember if they were doing it last year or not, but occasionally they will have projections over here, like a sort of, what's it called? Christmas Carol type story with some Christmas Carol ghosts, some Old West ghosts who were up to no good, the ghosts of Christmas future, past, present. Yeah, but right now it is literally dead over here, so we'll just keep moving on. Keep on mining down there, Fred. One of these days you're gonna hit pay dirt. Look at that guy, working with his hands. Not a cell phone in sight, just people living in the moment. Like this guy. The one in the hearse, he's living, well, he's not living at all. Never mind. Never mind. Ah, you got the old Rivera Mazeland School, the old yellow schoolhouse here. There's two schoolhouses. You've got the red schoolhouse just over there, and you've got the, which I think came from Nebraska or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, which is I'm ashamed of myself. And then you have this one that came from down here in Southern California. So there are 2 little one-room schoolhouses in Knott's Berry Farm. And this one, they always do cookie decorating. So you can buy like Christmas cookie kit. You can decorate it in there. They usually have a farmer that will guide you in the process. You can see the sign right there. So they give you a little kit with a couple of Christmas trees. And spoiler alert, right on the center of the table, what do you think they have? Poinsettias. There's the little kit right there. They also have these cakes. I don't recommend you bite them. Well, you can do what you want. But let's just say those cakes aren't fresh. You might lose a tooth. And then this is cool, the old Jim Jeffries barn, the big red barn here. It was owned by the boxer Jim Jeffries. I think there was some sort of old prize fight in it. I never knew that there was actually footage, I think it's on YouTube, of Jim Jeffries boxing, like back in the day, which is pretty darn crazy. And it's really crazy that this former boxing arena, well, former barn turned boxing arena, turned now into a Christmas village. They have haunt mazes in here during Scary Farm, which was only a couple of months ago. It feels like we were just here for Scary Farm. And then during Christmas, it's magically transformed into the most cookie-smelling place on planet Earth. All you smell is like cookies and marshmallows. And look at this, they have spiced wine over here. So basically, in France, they call that vin chaud, so like hot wine. In England, it's mulled wine. In Germany, I just learned this last trip to Paris, it's called Glühwein, which means glow wine. Allie and I are going to be making some glow wine ourselves here. And that's because most of the alcohol boils off as you're heating up and cooking the spiced wine. And so they can give it to kids and everything like that. And it just makes you feel like you have a healthy little warm glow while you're outside instead of, you know, putting you under the table. Although they did sell shots, I noticed for the first time ever in that Christmas market in Paris, which I just put on TikTok and Instagram, by the way, a little clip of that. I noticed that they sold shots separately to put into your vin chaud, to your mulled wine. And then look at this. This is where Santa is hanging out. And Santa today is hanging out with the whole fam. Look at him mugging for the camera. Look at the face on that old Kris Kringle. He's enjoying it. He's loving this. For at least 10 months out of the year, nobody thinks about Santa. He's up there. He's trying to get those lazy elves to work hard. He's trying to get them to make all the presents. He's coming up with new designs. He's trying to figure out ways to counterfeit money for people's Christmas cards. He's got to counterfeit all those gift cards. He's got to figure out how to make video games. He's got to do all this work for Santa Claus. And no one ever thinks of him. But for like 1.5 glorious months before he becomes the world's busiest delivery driver, you get to come out to things like this and he gets a little attention. Who wouldn't mug for the camera just a little bit, huh? Mr. Claus is a hard-working man. He's not narcissistic. He just wants to be loved like everybody else, and he works darn hard. He should be appreciated. He should start a Patreon. I would subscribe. Now, kids, I want to tell you something. Santa Claus is a personal friend of mine, and he has told me that if you write him a letter and put it in this mailbox over here, he will read it. Now, sometimes the mail goes astray. Sometimes Santa doesn't get your letter till the next year. If it's a little too late, you know, the North Pole's got some terrible weather. But you can also write Santa Claus a letter and take it to your local post office or give it to your mom and dad. And if you're lucky, if he has time, he's a busy guy, you might get a letter back. So tell your mom and dad I said that. And go send Santa Claus a letter. And when you send him a letter, tell him that Justin Scard from Random Land says hello. It's a secret code. He'll know what it means, though. He'll know what it means. All right, back outside with the chainsaw noise. You can see there's a couple of bars over here, a couple of throw pillows, a TV news reporter. What do you think? And then look at this. I didn't even notice this on the bench over here. Look at the freaking Bigfoot bench. $4,500. Honestly, that's cheap. For what that is, for the size of it, for just the wood itself, $4,500 is a very reasonable price. I know now because I'm doing all kinds of carvings, the amount of hours I have to put into just a tiki mask or something that I only charge maybe $500 or $600 for. And then you see something like this. Look at, he's got like a cup holder hand, and this is the craziest part. They don't want you to climb on him. They don't want you to have any food or drinks here, but look at this. And sit down very carefully with Bigfoot. This is very disappointing though. His foot's not all that much bigger than my foot. So either this particular Bigfoot is a juvenile, or maybe he should be renamed Smallfoot, or I have freakishly large feet. I'm only a size 14, that's not weird, right? No, it's not me that's weird. It's the children who are wrong. Allie just called this guy Regular Foot. He's just regular foot in my house. And what in the holy He-Man? Look at this Battle Cat. That thing is huge. You could get on top of the Battle Cat, take a He-Man fun pic in your backyard if you buy this thing. I have no idea what a Battle Cat would cost, but definitely more than it used to cost in the 80s. Now, I will be back at Mary Farm throughout the season, so there's really no reason for me to go crazy trying to see everything they have at Mary Farm today, except for the fact that I'm stoked on Mary Farm and I want to look at this metal reindeer. Look at those. Those are Ozzy's reindeer right there. Oh, Allie's headed into Mystery Lodge. The mystery now is, when will it ever reopen? Will it ever reopen? It's a mystery. Oh, there's barely anything in here. Except for Bigfoot slippers, dude. Look at those Bigfoot slippers and socks. You get a, those aren't big feet.
That's me and you.
What, the shoe size? Seriously, dude. Look at that. Look how big my foot is compared to your little tiny foot. You are very small, Allison. Oh, look at this Bigfoot. This Bigfoot has a big foot. See, there we go. That's the granddaddy of all the big feets. Oh, look at that. There's no more Mystery Lodge merch. The sign is blank now, but there's still the poster inside. The Mystery Lodge merch store. R.I.P. R.I.P. All right, we are in warm, sunny Southern California, so I shouldn't say this, but it's a little too cold for the Calico River Rapids at the moment, so we're just cruising around now. Oh my gosh. Do we even want to go this way? No, we don't want to go this way. Let's go back to Calico Square. I have to see if they're still selling the magic crystals out here this year. Oh, I think I'm in luck. I think I'm in luck. Looking at some more glass blowing over here. Looks like they're heating up glass in that kiln over there. And then just over here, the magical crystals and dragon pennants. What would Christmas be without the crystal? I think that's what the Chris stands for. Oh, you got some selenite. Remember when we were in Sedona and you bought a crystal for my silly video and the lady was like, oh, that's a good one. You don't even have to charge it.
Oh, yeah.
I still don't know what that means. I don't know if I want to know. I'm not very in tune with the universe and crystals and vibrations and chakras or Shaka Khan. I'm not in tune. Maybe I should be, huh? Oh, yes, and my other perennial favorite that happens every year, the Christmas jellyfish lamps. Look at those blown glass jellyfish are actually very impressive in real life. I don't know how much they're impressing you on this camera right now. Those are blown, those are handmade and then put inside some other glass. Or my grandma would have loved that. My grandma that has been deceased since '99, she loved herself a glass paperweight, any kind of glass thing with another thing inside of it, also made of glass. But she would even have stuff like the scorpions, like she would have like the glass paperweight with like a scorpion inside of it. She just loves stuff trapped in glass. Maybe that's how we should have buried her. We should have buried her in glass. Oh my gosh, somebody lost their knife in the hot glass. Oh no, hon! Chewie! Oh, this is cool right here. You never see poinsettias anywhere. Look at those. And then look at all the hand-blown glass ornaments. See, that's cool. I mean, you buy one of these, they're $25, which is not bad. You buy something like that for your mom, and assuming it survives and nobody steps on it, that thing's gonna last a long time. I mean, that's a lifetime heirloom thing that you're buying. And look at, they're all custom, individually made. We can't have any Christmas ornaments because of our stupid cats. We have 3 cats. 3 cats, thanks to this. If it was just me, we'd have none cats. So we have 3 very naughty cats because Allie spoils them. And they would destroy that Christmas tree in about 3 seconds. And we have to even watch the Christmas tree without anyone. We can put plastic ornaments, but we have to watch the tree even without ornaments because one of our cats, Frankenstein, likes to eat the fake needles of the tree. He likes to eat them. And then we find them in what comes out of Frankenstein the cat, and it's not good. It's like, dude, stop it, please. You got the spooky Edgar Allan Poe art is back. You have some more beads and necklaces. Dude, if you're into beads, okay, or necklaces, I don't know what to tell you. You better hurry on. Run, don't walk to Knott's Merry Farm, because they have more beads than a bead guy with a lot of beads. They got a lot of beads here. Keychains, themed napkins, soaps and lotions. Dude, forget about it.
I've been using the soaps and lotions that I bought from Knott's Merry Farm for days and days, and I'm feeling fresh as a daisy. But my sister Violet, she hasn't been using any. cleaning products at all. I smell like a trash can and it makes me mad.
Deck the halls with farms of Mary. It's Knott's Merry Farm, the farm of Knott's. It's Knott's Merry Farm. It's Merry. La 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 la. Ooh, what's this? You got some other ornaments over here. Some light up Knott's Merry Farm ornaments. Just in case you want to remember Knott's Merry Farm for the rest of your life. There's the bubble wands doing their bubble thing. Look at that little train display right there. That is pretty cool. So I'm assuming that's one of the interactive things. Because that's pretty fancy for just a little display out here. All in front of the Calico Saloon. You can go in there, get yourself all ginned up, and then come out and blow bubbles in your own face and giggle like a drunken sailor. Merry Christmas! Oh yes, once again, the Knott's Christmas tree. Look at how from the sides, you can get away with taking a fun pic. Nobody's in your way. Looks like they're setting up for some Christmas musicians to come out. So you stand in the front, there's a line to take pictures. The guy in the line, he can just come to the side, And then the other pro tip normally when they're not loading in gear for a Christmas show or musicians or whatever, is come to the back. Look at the back side right there. Yeah, nothing like the back side of a Christmas tree. I'll tell you what, I prefer the back side. And then look at over here. I have no idea what that means. Please don't quote me on that. You've got Judge Roy Bean's Jersey Lily Saloon. Decked out with what for decorations? What is in front of it? Oh, you guessed it. Some poinsettias. Okay, now I know poinsettias, so I always grew up hearing that they were a Mexican thing. So I assume they must grow in Mexico? Because all my Mexican family, big part of my family, is actually a big part of my family is Honduran too, which is weird. They'd always say, oh, that's a Mexican thing, more of a Mexican tradition, and so therefore Southern California used to be part of Mexico. It's a very strong tradition here, the poinsettias. But where do they grow? I've never just seen a field of poinsettias growing. Conspiracy? Like I've traveled around, I've been into Oregon and seen like fields of Christmas trees growing. I've never seen a poinsettia growing anywhere. Maybe they farm them here because there sure are a lot. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's my old friend, the Walter K. 41. That right there is the steam locomotive. This is an actual 1880s, I think 1881 steam locomotive. It's been here at Knott's Berry Farm since the very early 1950s. And this is the one that I drove. I actually drove this locomotive. I was the engineer, and then the fireman, the guy making sure the boiler doesn't explode and basically doing all the hard work, my friend Brett Iwin. That's the first day we ever hung out. The voice of Mickey Mouse. That's right. He used to work at Knott's Berry Farm for fun while he was still doing Mickey. He was the greatest hidden Mickey Knott's Berry Farm has ever seen. And Brett and I drove this train. Fake Tyler was up against all the hot pipes filming it. And so somewhere out there's an episode of Randomland where we actually drive this train. We come in that very early morning before the sun was up. We fired up the locomotive. So we got to see how that was done. We blew out the old steam. Then we climbed up there and drove this sucker around, which was probably the coolest thing I've ever done in my life. And I'd love to do it again. But they won't let me. They won't let me because of the incident. Look at this lady over here. She's never been the same since the incident. Look at the vacant look in her eye. Whoa, okay. The trains are leaving the station. By the way, on the first night of Merry Farm every year, they used to have Santa arrive on this North Pole Express over here. He would actually come on the steam train, disembark, and then go down this long red carpet up to the Christmas tree. Now, since COVID, I haven't seen them do that. I wasn't here for the first year of Merry Farm this year. But if you check your calendar for next year, you might just get to see Santa's tree lighting ceremony. Oh, bye! I love when the kids wave. That's the most fun thing ever. You just might get to see Santa Claus arriving by train over here to Calico Square. Gosh, it feels good to be back. Okay, well, since the train is blocking our way, let's go do something I don't normally do. Let's wrap things up for today over in Fiesta Village, because I didn't realize we're running out of memory cards. That's how much fun we've been having. I didn't realize how long we've been filming. And just wait till, I thought we'd be here till 9. I thought I'd be able to show you the snow. I thought I'd be able to show you the carolers and the shows and the singing and the dancing. Well, that's okay. It gives us an excuse to come back with my season pass over here. Allie just renewed hers for next year. There's plenty of Knotts on the way. And look at this. Here's what it's all about, guys. The giant manger, look at that. Although back in first century Israel, I don't know if they were wearing those outfits. Although you never know where the wise men came from. And I believe most of the stables for animals were usually in caves, hollowed out caves back then. I've been watching a lot of the Great Courses. You guys do the Great Courses? The Great Courses Plus, man. That's what I want for Christmas every year. A gift card for the Great Courses poinsettias, right? Nobody gets excited for the poinsettias. I get so excited. I'm very excitable. All right, I gotta calm down. So I'm heading into Fiesta Village. This is where I'm gonna wrap things up for the moment. Knott's Merry Farm at night, by the way, is a whole other story. You got all kinds of shows going on. You got the Snoopy show, like I said, on ice. And then their big holiday show that they do on the big stage, which we didn't see because the train was in the way. There's dancing over here and celebrating Feliz Navidad in Fiesta Village, the Mexican-themed area here at Knott's Berry Farm. By the way, if you want to know the history behind this, you should check out my 100th anniversary of Knott's Berry Farm Then and Now documentary. I've done a lot of history videos here. I just did one recently, right before we went to Paris. I was here with my buddy Tyler and George. We were kind of scoping out some old Then and Now history. Yeah, we're gonna wrap things up in Fiesta Village. You can see they're getting ready for nighttime, dude. Everywhere they're setting up microphones. I mean, it gets dark at 4:30 now, so I'm pleasantly surprised that we wrapped everything up so early. I specifically wanted to come in the daytime because that's another pro tip. Come in the day, even if you're on a weekend. Come in the daytime, come as early as you can to check out all the booths and stuff. Because it wasn't too crowded around the booths. Right now the rides are all crowded. But on a weekend at night, once they start lighting everything up and doing all the shows, those shows get super crowded. Seeing the snow gets super crowded. So the pro tip for all the nighttime stuff, come on the weekdays for sure. Dude, we're gonna be kicking it old school very soon in Disneyland. We're gonna be kicking it old school at Knott's. We're gonna be doing some history videos, some wacky fun adventures. Got a lot of things coming up for Christmas. I'm gonna show you how to make vinchad. Okay, I don't know how to make it. Allie knows how to make it. We'll make some spiced wine. We'll go see some sparkle balls again. We'll go do all kinds of crazy things. So much is coming our way. It is just ahead. But last but not least, before I leave Knott's Merry Farm, there's just one Christmas present I've at least got to look for. Probably gonna be disappointed. I've got to see if they have the good green habanero hot sauce, like one of the best hot sauces on the planet. It is normally right here. And once again, no. They've got the weak red jalapeno one. They've got the taco sauce that I don't, actually the taco sauce is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, the taco sauce is pretty good. But that green habanero hot sauce was next level and they don't have it. I looked for it at Scary Farm, wasn't here. Looked for it at Merry Farm, it wasn't here. Problem is, I'm addicted to heat. You know what this means? We're gonna have to go see my friend Johnny Hot Sauce and cook up a batch of Random Land hot sauce. So hopefully that happens this December as well. All right, anyway, we're out of time, but you'll notice Random Land Adventures is back, baby. And we're never, ever, ever going away again. When we come back next time, we'll see this place at night. We'll see Camp Snoopy at night, which is like the most beautiful looking thing during Christmas. Until then, I hope you guys have the happiest December, the most happiest of holidays ever. Do not forget about the quest for positivity. If you don't know what that is, we're going on year 11 of the quest for positivity. And there's nothing I want more than you guys to be on the quest with me. All right, we are out of time. So until next time, until we see those shiny lights out here,
We've done our duty. You can go home and sleep well.
there it is. Catawampus. See, we gotta make that Catawampus Lodge a real thing, guys. And look what I'm saying about the signs. See, they're always falling apart or getting messed up, dry rotting. I mean, they get weathered. At least they make them out of real wood. It'd be lame if they replace them with fiberglass or something, but that's what I will make. I will make it for free. Knott's, come on, hit me up. Poinsettia! Oh my gosh, it's a lot of bubbles. By the way, guys, we do have a Patreon that has kept the show on the road for 10 years now. I'd love it if you would join because we have podcasts on there. We have morning announcements. We have all kinds of videos and just different things that pop up, not on a regular basis, just sort of infrequently, but often. And look at Santa Snoopy over there. He's a member, actually, I think. I think he's a member. I have to double check on that. We also have a merch store. All the links are down below in the description. All randomland.com. You can find everything, social media and all that stuff. Randomland.com, including my new book. Whoa, still new. And I will personalize it, sign it for you. We're going to put them on sale for the holidays. So go and check that out. Say bye, Allie. Bye. Poinsettia! Okay, so that's Sally. And that's Allie. And that's Sally. Wait, no, that's Allie. No, that's... Okay, no, the brown. Brown is B. B is very close to A. So Allie with the brown. And then Sally, she's... I'm so confused. Poinsettia! Knott's Merry Farm, Knott's Merry Farm. We are at Knott's Merry Farm, Knott's Merry Farm, Knott's Merry Farm. We're walking around Knott's Merry Farm. There is a train, it's over there and over here. Another thing, someone lost their hat. I lost my mind because I went to Knott's Merry Farm. Oh, Merry Farm, Knott's Merry Farm. Poinsettia!